shit stack currently, so what's up, my dudes?
Just make sure we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, you're right. It is going down the shit stack recently.
Yeah, I know. I threw some money in it a couple years back, and it's like, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we're live.
Well, I mean, this year the price of
And we're
it's
live!
dropped.
Hello, guys. Today is Crazy Peas again. And I'm TPAW.
Karnage as usual.
And we got a special guest on the show. It's our younger brother, the baby Potter of the family. And our baby P, if you will.
No. He is sociopath N.
So now you're trying to make him sound scary and funny at the same time because I call him a baby P.
You call him a baby. He's not a baby. He's just the smallest fucker out of all of us. And that's because I have a belly.
So if you guys can hear him,
if I didn't have a belly,
if you guys can hear him at all, then he's talking to us through a phone. So the quality may be absolute shit and dog water, but he's there.
They can hear him.
I'm sure I can hop on Discord.
Turn the volume on the phone.
But this week, I have been training with a hybrid class for my day job, and so I am brained. And mostly doing this because, one, consistency and content, and two, because he told me, let's do a podcast. So we're doing it. Last week, I promised that we would talk about Lord of the Rings, so I think we're going to talk about that, because I still remember it. And I also still remember Rings of Power, and how I saw the one plot twist from a mile away. And,
yeah, right.
And now, and also, Ghostel, she and I were talking about it the other day, and now every morning that she's just kind of sitting around the house with, Mare, Grandma, every time she's sitting around the house with her, they always end up watching Lord of the Rings. So we'll talk about Lord of the Rings for a bit, too.
That's because my mom loves the series.
Yeah.
So.
And lots of chaos.
Have you been watching it, Nephi?
It's been a while since I last watched it.
No, I meant the TV series they came out with on Prime.
Oh, then no, I have not. I didn't know there was a TV series out for it on Prime.
Yeah, on Prime Video, they came out with Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
Ah. Yeah, I had no clue they came out with that.
Yeah, so my brain just went through a gap. But, yeah, so...
I broke you, sorry. I was trying to get him on there. And while talking to him, I was making sure they could hear him fine. They can hear him fine.
Okay, that's good. That's very, very good.
Okay.
I'm doing two things at once.
So, Nephi, this is your take 2 of being on a podcast, because the last time you were, years ago, you sort of were just there and then you fell asleep. Back to
yeah, that's kind of how it went.
You were kind of dipped out.
He's weird, and also because we always do our thing with the podcast. He's like,
yeah,
I got nothing to say. What the fuck do I say?
Right. It's very organic.
Hey, just hand them around.
Yeah, it's organic. You can really say, you can just bounce off of us, I guess. Like, where we talk about Lord of the Rings, we talking about other shit. I'll probably end up talking about a body of work that I'm working on, by the way. I won't talk about it right now.
And your request for what I did this week. You remember what you requested me to do this week?
What did I request that you do?
Watch at least the first season of Daredevil.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I finished it today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's how involved I am with the training, guys. I
Work overwhelms his fucking week. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, there will be weeks where I'll be so overloaded that I'll forget to breathe, and I will not remember that I told someone something, and they'll come back to me and be like, hey, so we're going to do this thing, or it'll be something else, and they'll be like, hey, we're going to do this thing together, or we're going to, you remember that one time when we did this? And I'm like, no. And they're like...
Or what I do, hey, you said we were going to do it this week, so I'm coming over so we can do it I said we were gonna do what?
I was like, what are we doing now? and he said, you're the one who planned this shit. And I'm like, I don't remember.
Well, that's why I laugh and just show up. All right, I'm here, fuck it.
But yeah, like, I'm starting to gain the dad brain. Like, the dad brain of the 30s.
Well, I mean, you just hit 30, so 30s is finally kicking your ass. I'm going to my 40s, so it's like, oh, I'm done with forgetting half the shit I say, and now I remember everything you said.
I am so fucking glad that whenever I'm writing anything fantasy related, since you brought that up before, that I have a very vivid picture in my head of where things go in the story and where they go. Not just like the fact that they happen, but where they are at.
Yeah.
And so, like, because I have that, I don't sit around like other writers on Twitter or other writers elsewhere and fret about what I'm going to do here and there. All I do is sit there and go, okay, I have this picture. Let's go ahead and paint it a little bit more. Let's go ahead and flesh it out a little bit more. That way when I write it, it is just a free flow of ideas and a free flow placement of where I'm going to put everything. Like last night.
That's the way you do it. Me, I'm just like, well, here's an idea. Here's 5 paragraphs. Let's throw it at somebody who can want. Right.
I guess, fuck it, I'll go into it a little bit. So last night I was writing the finale to part 2. I put the fucker on pre-order months ago, okay? But I've been trying to do simultaneous promotion of it while at the same time writing with authors. Because I was trying to do what other authors do when they put stuff up on Amazon or they put stuff on other vendor websites in advance, and then when people are like, "Oh, it should be ready now," because they don't know what it looks like or how it works, and the author's sitting there going, "Fuck, I haven't even written the first page yet," or "Oh, I'm still stuck on this chapter." And, like, the audience member will read the thing in 3 days, but the person who created it will be like, I wrestled with that for years. Thanks for your 3 stars.
No. Do you know what this is like?
What?
The little first part. Your author or the person you give it to push it out.
Yeah.
Limitless. At the very beginning, I have an idea for a book. That doesn't sound right. No. Fuck. And it's wrote shit for months.
Yeah, no, it was, there was a Sandman episode, actually. It was like, I think it was the last episode of the season, yeah. Where the guy struggles with his muse.
The Limitless.
And he's like drinking and shit, and he hasn't even read the first page, and the publisher's being like, we gave you an advance a year ago, where's the book? And he's like, I'm still working on it. And he's like,
but see, here's the thing, though. That's like the whole premise of the beginning of the movie Limitless. Not the TV series, the movie.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah, I own the movie because I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I have to buy this movie so that way. Anytime I'm feeling, put it in the DVD player and brain activates, alright, and then I go do shit.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, if I know I'm in a down curve, I put that sumbitch on and it makes my brain go, yes, we must do shit, move. Because it's just inspiring to me.
Well, it's also inspiring in the sense that, like, you watch this person fail a bunch of times, and then you finally see them succeed, which is not the reality of the romance of that notion is far less pretty than the reality.
It's if you take the proper and you actually know what you're doing, or have somebody who know what they're doing for nootropics.
Yeah.
Okay, these 2 brands give you the biggest. And you move forward.
Yes.
Like with Rogan, how he promotes Alpha Brain.
Oh, yeah.
And Alpha Brain, the Black Label was the Black Label was the one I've seen the commercial for the most in the last few weeks while just scrolling through shorts or just doing shit on my phone.
Yeah.
It'll just randomly pop up. I'm like, oh yeah, I bought that. Well, apparently my vitamin upkeep is so good. That didn't help me. I didn't even get an effect on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's also because I know the science about each ingredient or each vitamin I'm taking, and I just.
Yeah. I remember when we were at the gym and we were in the hot tub, and like I'm not even wanting to say anything about it, even though you spent like half the time talking to me about how you were going to start selling it to people at the gym, and I'm like, okay, and so we're going to turn this into a vendorship, got it. And then we went to the hot tub, and you were sitting there, and the guy, he just got out of the hospital, and I'm like, you know what? I still have that bottle in my backpack. I could just give him a couple drops and then see what he thinks if he shows up again. And you spent like the whole time talking to him about all the benefits of the
meta power.
Yeah.
Yeah, with doTERRA.
Yep.
I would just love. Yes, come by. Here's my website.
I mean, the YouTube link's still on this video. Like, it's going to be on this one,
I think
too.
it's the one we put in there was the Amazon one. It's not the doTERRA one. We'd have to add it. Get off me.
Okay, I can back the post.
Well, yeah, that's no big, because I actually have... Where are my links? That one's to sign up underneath me for membership, because you get a pretty, I think it's a 30% discount if you... It's $35 a year for a membership. I mean, that's not half bad. But,
no, it's not.
I mean, in the actual app, I can, because Kayla showed me, I can pull it up and we can put it on there later, but it tells you how to give a website if people just want to buy it off your website. So that way, you make a couple bucks and they still get the products that help them.
Hey, doTERRA, you want to sponsor us?
Love that. I know most of the people by face. Don't ask me names, I'm bad with names.
Yes.
Kayla, my cousin, is the top of the line. Then you have Charlene, Mom, me and Amber. Teresa is in there. Although she kind of like backed away from doTERRA a little
Teresa?
bit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you said that before. In a far more way.
I'm irritated at it because it's like, the shit works. But other people have products that do the exact same shit.
Yes.
Because everybody... I've noticed in the last... It was before I had heard about doTERRA, but I mean, it became really big like 10 years ago to 20 years ago when it first started.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing. Yes, everything Mother Nature, everything natural. Yeah, but you got to make sure what you put in it, you don't put in too much, because some of that stuff that's good for you can also kill you.
Yes.
That's my whole thing.
So, later in this episode, I think I will actually read fresh material to you guys. I was wrestling with the decision in my head because I'm trying to, like, not, like...
Give away free content.
Well, no, not that. It's the fact that, like, I tend to go over the top with it, and I'm trying to, like, measure, like, be measured about it.
Okay. You mean how, like, in the first 30-something episodes, you, like, read the whole fucking book?
Yeah, no, I read the whole fucking book, or at least read the whole fucking volume, and,
For the first...
And I didn't even...
First one, which turned into two. Which I actually think that was a good idea by the way you did that.
Appreciate that. I didn't even read it very well. Like, I've had a lot of practice. I've had a lot of practice with voice acting since then. And I got called boring and nearly put someone to sleep in a space when I read that way. So I had to practice.
See, there's the thing, though. Now that you're in the Discord with people who do that, you're getting good and bad feedback.
Yes.
In my opinion... Well, you've heard it, they've heard it. Screw everybody else's opinion. I'm going to do it my way. And like we were talking about with my kids.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it. I just, when I get to that character, I just read in what it, what it sounds like in my head.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love the when you read stories. You actually sound like what I would think that character would sound like from my kids. So it's like, okay. And with you, when you were reading it, when we were sitting there, I mean, yes, I went to sleep, partly. But, I mean, it was more like I already knew the story because you told me all the stuff. I hadn't read it, but, I mean, you told me most of the story anyways.
Yeah.
So I just sat there and just zoned out to listen to the story. And I liked it because you slightly adjust your voice.
A little bit.
But not near as much as I do. And I know that. But that was back then. You've gotten a lot better at it.
Yes, you've even heard me in the space a couple times when I'm reading it out and stuff.
Yeah, when I randomly show up and just sit down.
Yeah, because I pulled out my Kindle and I pulled out my Kindle that had the document on it and I just started reading from it because Twitter does not, like my phone does not like switching between Twitter and Docs and then like having them simultaneously cross, like being able to read from the document while on Twitter and while on Space. It just stops working.
It's the phone.
People just don't like... People can't hear me, and so I have to like use two different devices.
It's the way that the Androids, even Apple, I think it's the Twitter app itself. Oh, you want to read from another document? Fuck you. You're on me. Pay attention to me. Me. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
fair.
Instagram. You try to say something or try to adjust or look at the list while you're doing other stuff, and it gets cut off. You're not even
Yeah.
on me. You're not playing with my nipples. I hate you. That's what it acts like.
I mean, it's not
Now I can
wrong.
see y'all.
What's
What,
that?
Levi?
I said, now I can see y'all. Pulling it up on my computer.
Just don't have it playing in the background, because then we'll have the ever
Oh yeah,
famous.
no, it has
You
no
called
noise.
into a talk show and echo.
I like put it on the video, and 15 minutes in, it's just like. And I'm like, we're no longer level. Like, all right, gotta edit that in post.
Yeah, you edit it. Just give me the file. I'll just go dump it on the internet. Here you go, jackasses.
Well, I figured I'd open it up, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, guys, I have a 46,000, and I'm gonna trim it, like probably either or just move stuff around. I've got a 46,000 word novella that, by industry standards, once you get to 50K, it turns into a novel. But 46, it's like a line away from being a novel. But it's a short novel, and it's part 2 of the volume 1, which is called Night Terror Rising. I really leaned hard onto the Night Terror aspect in this part because I'm borrowing a lot. You remember that movie we talked about weeks ago called Nightmare on Elm Street? It's a little bit film that came out in the 80s.
Classic.
And like they spent the entire studio's budget on that movie because it was literally the first movie that studio ever made in their existence. And so the guy literally could have been bankrupt if it didn't get successful. Yeah, that's a backstory on Netflix.
Well, no, but see, the funny part with that is how many people do that. That's like Lucas.
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, no, I'll just put myself out there. Yeah, let's just do special effects, okay? Screw you, I'm gonna do my whole movie.
Yeah.
If I fuck up, I'm gonna be fucking in the negative. Let's hope that doesn't happen. And then Star Wars became a hit.
Yes.
It's a cult classic.
I actually have had a lot of people on Twitter react very favorably to Abraxan the character and which you like him too, which a lot of people. It's funny because I initially thought he would just be too cartoon for the story, and then I realized that I was writing a cartoon just with surrealistic realism. Like I have a talking dog, and now I have a talking duck in the book.
Because you're weird and like talking animals. Like I said, you should turn his name into Howard. Because it'll be
copyright infringement, especially if he starts drinking a glass of alcohol.
No, only if he opens a can of beer. And because you have to change the way you spell Howard.
I don't know, man.
Or make duck, and instead of a U, like change it to an OW or just a double O.
I'd be venturing on being sued by Disney.
Weird.
Disney will likely be sue happy and be like, so you used a dog that talks, his name's Howard, and he drinks alcohol. How is this not a ripoff? And I'll be like, fuck me.
See, that's where you go.
He's different. He has kids. He has kids. He has kids. He works with a demon, and he's a clipboard. I can name differences really quickly. But yeah, no. The story is. It's interesting because I think that chapter 13 is probably going to get broken up into 2 parts because it became really big. It's like 5,000 words. If you're an author/writer, you know that's huge. Not huge in the sense of like, oh my god, that's a lot of words, because like 10,000 words, that's where you enter that territory where you're just like, why don't you start splitting, fucker? Divide it by 3, because then it's like, 3,000, 3,500, sizable. The average chapter in today's standards is about 2.5K, unless you're George R. R. Martin, and then you get away with 6K or 5K. So I'm not George R. R. Martin. So I have to like think about this, and I'm like, because I've been obsessing over it all day while I was at training. I was like, it kept entering my brain at like the back of my head. I'm like, there were certain parts in the chapter I was like, I could cut it there, or I could cut it there. And I do this a lot. You guys have heard me talk about Hocus Pocus 2, for fuck's sake. and talk about other stories like that where I get really cynical and critical and shit. I know how to tear my own shit apart. But like I was looking at it, I'm like, objectively speaking, pacing wise, in this part, I could do that. I could even take the ending that I created for it, recreate the ending, take that ending piece, and stick it in the beginning of book 3, novel 3, and I just,
Damn it, I didn't send it.
I'm at the stage where the story's drafted fully. I just have bits and pieces here and there where I could develop side characters more, just a bit, just to give them more of their moments, so they're not just side characters. And also, I have parts and pieces where I could amplify it just a tad, make sure other parts have clarity. That's all part of the editing process, by the way. That's the stuff that when you watch a movie and you're like, that part was amazing. I wonder how they did that. And it's like 8 rewrites later. And so,
But
yeah.
see, there's the fun part, though, for me. You're like, I can build the side character. No, that's the But see, this is where my brain goes.
Yeah, no, I
like,
actually...
No, I got... Because you're like, I need to keep the storyline where I want it going, and I understand that fully, but my brain has thought is, side character, you get all the fan emails or whatever eventually.
Yeah.
Like,
I have 3,000 words in the finale that are just plotting, and they could easily be their own book.
But see, there's the fun part.
It could be a prequel,
like you were
another
talking
one.
earlier about 50,000 to make it into a novel or a novel.
Yeah.
Fuck the industry rules, because we've proven that shit don't fucking
Hell.
help.
Fucking, I know that you and Nephi and other people aren't, like, in on that industry or, aren't common
It used
readers.
to be, and I never
Cam is
understood
probably more that.
counting the number of words.
Amazon Kindle
Well,
Vella.
recently, Cam's been reading spicy books
Really?
about werewolves and shit.
Really?
Well, of course, she's a female.
That doesn't really matter.
Y'all know what I mean by spicy.
Yes.
As a writer and author, that doesn't really matter. You can be a man and you could be into, cutesy books, and you could be a female and be like, fuck him hard with a demon.
But see, here's the funny part. Usually, the spicy books written for females. They've always been written for females.
Yep.
They're screwing some dude who's on a horse or a bike, the badass that's a good guy.
Yeah. Well, volumes 1 through 3, so I'll tell you guys this right now. Volumes 1 through 3 is the most innocent shadow thing will ever be. So if you're reading it and you're like, oh my god, this kind of reminds me of young adult, yeah, a little bit, because they're fucking 16.
Well, that was your thought.
That's their age. That's their age. Like, I'm not writing the story because they're... In the story, they're not paying taxes. Like, Orion is because he works a job. Because he works at his parents' place. And I haven't really gotten into the taxation of it because he's 16 again. He's turning 17 soon. He's a fucking teenager. So think how you thought as a teenager, because you're a fucking adult and you're trying to classify things and trying to, like, think too hard about how it works without knowing the industry. And suddenly you'll realize, yeah, a little young adult. It just doesn't cringe young adult where there's love triangles nonstop. Because in my stories, people fucking die. And there's usually blood, a lot. There's literally a part in the finale.
It's a good story.
I won't spoil the finale. But there is a part in the story where Trinity is literally floating in this weird snow globe-like world. Amber called it the snow globe, and I described it to her. But I was like, snow globe? Whoa, okay. But in this world, she's floating in the sky in a fucking bubble. And get this, the bubble is made of blood. And so she's floating in it. And,
Vampire sorcery, okay.
I guess if you want to go there. She's already a vampire, so I guess that makes sense, but like...
Well, no, I'm saying sorcery because she's in a bubble. But it's vampiristic because it's a bubble made out of blood.
Yeah. I do not, by the way, guys, I do not go into rape anymore. I just don't. That was part of the original concept idea for some of the characters. It is implied and alluded to. I can't...
You took some of that out.
Yeah, I will not know. I won't go there. It'll be alluded to. Like, there's... When the character is describing her loins hurting and her stomach cramping and dealing with extreme pain, it's obvious what it is. It's not just a period. It's, it's remnants of assault. So, it's alluded to. It's implied. But, like...
Yeah, but you're
with this
sensitive on that
character,
subject.
yeah,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, with this character, and I read out a version of. You remember that scene, the chapter I read out a while ago, years ago, where Virema's being attacked by Abraxan?
Yeah,
getting
you changed it.
getting assaulted. I made a Dark Knight version, and it was far more intense.
Hey.
It wasn't like raw fucking, this is the camera's
Overly
literally
descriptive
overly
bullshit.
descriptive. You literally see it on
See,
camera.
There's the funny part. With a lot of writers, I mean, you and some of the people in the circles and just people like, growing up and talking to, because I always thought I wanted to write a book.
Yeah.
What I realized is, me writing a book doesn't work with my ADHD brain and schizophrenia and all of the other shit in there.
Yes.
It doesn't work. But I mean,
I'll be playing with schizophrenia in a Ryan story, by the way.
Huh?
I'll be playing with schizophrenia in a Ryan story, by the way.
Good. But I mean, the funny part is, some people, like some writers I know, because I've heard it from other people.
Yeah.
Some of the famous writers, the only complaint about the book is, God, they're overly descriptive. I wish they'd just fucking tell me the story. And then other people with the other stories are like, God, I wish I had more description. I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm only getting the bare minimum details. So it's the pick your poison, pick where you're going. Either full detail with everything or
this
not.
story.
And it also depends on the scene. Because you always talk about everything like the TV show.
You remember how in Nightmare on Elm Street there was still that level of like mysticism, and it was more of like without all the excess blood and with all the heavy death scenes. If you cut out the death scenes and you cut out like the way that they are filmed and you like amended them and then you like cut out a lot of the heavy blood, do you know what the story turns into?
Teenagers trying to bang each other.
No, it turns into a psychological thriller. Because she's spending a lot of time trying not to fall asleep, and when she does fall asleep, bad stuff happens, and it doesn't rely on. It also doesn't rely on
your
heavy jump scares
and your nightmares.
And by the time the story ends with the gory version of the movie, by the time the movie ends, they're all back alive anyway. It was all considered a dream, and so it is a psychological thriller. So I leaned onto that for the story, for Trinity's story, and made it to where it was dark fantasy. It plays with supernatural like romance, because you've got creatures and then you've got romance, and so supernatural romance. So it's got like that paranormal romance thing going on. It's just there's not going to be a chick and a dude on the front cover, or a chick on the cover with a dress, and she's looking at the camera all flirty and shit, making the chick think that there's going to be a love triangle and it's going to be ham-fisted through your ass. It's going to be like, if I did that in the story and there was a ham fist of some kind, not only would the dude probably either have to have killed somebody or die by the end of the arc, or there'd be something else happening to them in the story, and it would completely kill the romance of it, because they'd be like, that was tragic, and I'd be like, yes, it was tragic and bloody.
So
doesn't that taste great? Like, romance, yeah, sure, yeah, romance, yeah, great.
Well, see, you don't have the mindset
really speak to our generation that much.
Do the whole romance and his cucumber was throbbing, all that bullshit.
Yeah, like it was far sexier.
One of my favorite movies that talks about that.
Yeah.
Is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
Where the principal's going over how to say dick without saying dick, and words and the
word dick is used.
The brainy chick is no, but I mean the principal's trying to use like Worcestershire or other like sausage.
I mean, there's a bunch of ways of saying dick without just saying dick, like knob.
But I mean, that was the ha-ha part. That was the funny part I found in the movie. Because the principal's trying to write a love novel.
Yeah.
And all the words and them always showing her she's trying to come up with a way to say they're having passionate sex without saying they're passionate sex, because it's a female romance novel, so you gotta add in details that don't say what it is, but say what it is, so that way they can be sold. I think that shit's funny.
What's even funnier is if you have a scene where there's a bunch of dead like bodies, and the romantic couple are being romantic with each other, and they're dancing on the dead bodies. and their feet are splashing in the blood around them.
Oh, nice, comfy, soft bed after I actually softness. Give me somewhere to lay
I
down.
totally changed the mood there. I was like, going, by the way, if you corpse bride and rated R Tim Burton this shit.
But see, there's nothing wrong with that. That'd be like taking one of the kiddo movies,
Yeah.
like Rugrats or
If Cam,
random something and just turn it into a complete horror flick.
yeah.
But the kids have fully evolved,
Yeah, like their mental
developmental
psyche
brain,
is evolved
fully
into
development developed,
Yeah.
but they're all sociopaths or psychopaths, or half of them are psychopaths, the other are sociopaths. Because if you think about it, the twins are psychopaths that feed off of each other in Rugrats because they're always doing the shit that everybody's like, the fuck?
You're
The
gonna,
one
you're gonna
who's
destroy
normal-
childhood. You're gonna destroy childhoods here.
Yes, I am. Because, what was it, Chucky is the odd, scared friend. I don't want to be implicated in a murder. What the fuck did you drag me along for? He's that friend.
Yep.
The guy you don't bring to help you.
He looks like the Chucky doll, only the opposite version.
He's the chicken shit Chucky.
Yeah. Yeah, Chucky from the original
And
story
the
was not
biggest-
that.
Because the twins I think of as sociopaths.
Yeah.
Because, what's her name? The mean little cunt.
Angelica?
Yeah, is a psychopath because she's always treating everybody like shit and shitting on them, kicking them, throwing them around. Do what the fuck I told her, I'm your god.
Right.
Your wife's calling.
Like a certain someone we know.
Hey.
No, not that. Someone that we knew before.
Just answer, see what she wants. No speaker. Come on now. Have your private
Oh, there's the
conversation.
baby.
Hey. What?
So what's the last movie you watched, Nephi?
Oh, she wants her phone back?
Let's see. Well, give me a second. I'm gonna go take care of the baby that just woke up, and then I'll come talk about the last movie I watched.
Well, we're gonna have to let you go because Mom needs her phone back.
What I'll do is I'll call Nephi back on my phone.
All right.
And get him back in the show.
Thomas will call you back in like. Thomas will call
I'll
you
be right
back, and you call Thomas on his phone in 5 minutes after you take care of the kid.
Right.
Alright.
All right, bye.
I will be right back after these messages.
And after this lunacy? Yes, let's talk about how.
Let's listen. Listen to our non-sponsor.
Hey, it'll be a sponsor when give me another couple weeks and I'll have Crazy Peace protein powder for you guys or gals. And I'll have to. My issue right now is I'm trying to work on a website so that way I can just put it up. But somebody made a comment to just put it on Facebook Market, and I don't know if I want to. I mean, I'm thinking about making the Crazy Peace Facebook page. I got a couple emails, or I'll just make a new email for the Crazy Peas. We're gonna start, as long as everything goes well, maybe in the next couple of days I'll be able to do the email, YouTube channel that's just Crazy Peas. Maybe do a second one that's Crazy Peas Shorts, where we'll just cut little bits out and just throw it out there for you people who love this show. And mine and TPAW's crazy. Karnage and TPAW's lunacy. But, yeah. But no. With the whole Rugrats, I always loved the theories like, what was one? That all the kids are dead. And that's why nobody notices them moving around and doing all the stuff they do, because they're actually just spirits. The only one who's actually alive is Tommy. Or Angelica. Yeah, it was Angelica's alive. And all the kids is her subconscious making up what they would be doing if they were alive. But they're not alive. So it's all, the whole show is just her having a psychotic break and imagining All the babies. I always like that one because that one goes into my she's, mentally broken. But I mean, you can blame that on her mother because her mother treats her dad like shit, tells him, shut up, do what you're told. And he's the little bitch and just does what he's told.
You're not my mom.
No, Angelica's dad. How he's quite literally his wife's bitch.
Oh, yeah, that part.
And why is Angelica like she is? Look at her mother. Do what you're told, you worthless underling.
You see what I did there, though?
No, I got you.
I knew you was talking about that. I'm like, you're not my mom.
I am your god.
I'm being a troll.
Well, you can't troll your own show, you give.
Of course I can troll my own show.
But then it's not a troll. Then we're just being complete jackasses as usual.
When did that change?
Never. Yeah, but he said he had to get up and get his child. You just turned the volume off, you dipshit.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Volume went down.
Oh.
I tried to hit up and then it went down again. There we go. Oh.
Man, my Facebook Messenger hates my phone.
No, I think it's your case. Is that your finger's sitting on the volume down button too, or near it. Barely. Hang on one sec. I think his case is hitting the volume down button.
No, it's not. It's just the fact that, like, Messenger's trying to work. Hang on.
Messenger's a piece of shit.
Can you hear me now? No matter what, when I turn the volume up or down.
That's why I hit this button. But I mean, yours keeps doing whatever the hell that is. Speaker.
That's ringtone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, in-call volume's right there.
Okay. Talk, Nephi. Nope, it doesn't like him. No, try to call my phone. Because my phone's also loud as shit. Did you hang up?
Yeah, and I also reported that volume was too low. It wouldn't work.
Can you hear me now?
Hang on one sec. Alright, say that again.
I said, can you hear me now?
Perfectly.
The only issue is I might have to run out to my car and get a charger because I only have 40% battery.
Well, hopefully Messenger doesn't kill your phone.
It shouldn't.
How you feeling now, Mr. Krabs?
I hate you because I hate SpongeBob.
But it was funny, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, SpongeBob is the stupidest shit in the fucking world. And plus they did
Stream hear me.
what was it? They tested something and did a thing. Watching SpongeBob, let's see how their brain works compared to people who didn't watch SpongeBob. The people who watched SpongeBob, brain was less active.
Yeah.
And they failed. They got a lower score on all the tests or any interactions that they were scoring.
Yeah.
Literally, if you watch SpongeBob, they make you a dumbass. Plus, I never liked the show. I mean, even when it first started, I was like, what the fuck's the point of this stupidity?
It's a cartoon show.
You psychopath.
It's basically a cartoon show with adulthood influences.
No, it's a stupid cartoon show about nothing. Which random is this?
Hello?
What's up?
Hang on a sec. He's on the phone again. He's getting all the calls.
Yeah, I'm really popular tonight, apparently.
Who is it?
It's Cody.
Oh.
We're broadcasting, homie.
Oh.
Bring over a blunt.
Oh shit, I was gonna get on Discord real quick to call you back so I can hear y'all better.
Can you not hear me?
Well, it keeps cutting out.
Oh, that's. Well, I mean, we only got 2 bars. We're at Russell's house, and if I get on the Wi-Fi, last time I did, it kind of wobble. But I mean, I can try to get on the Wi-Fi to get a solid signal.
Wi-Fi's glitchy. Oh, I mean, he does have, what is it, like a gig of internet now?
I don't know. He's got fiber, but last Thursday when we were broadcasting, excuse me, the broadcast, the live stream cut out at like 23 minutes. And I didn't see that until after we were done with the broadcast because I went to look.
Well, I mean, that's why I got it up on my computer so that we know if it goes down, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if I move you away from the...
I can hear you just fine now.
Well, because I moved you closer.
It wasn't.
Because you were sitting over at the computer. I think because mine's an iPhone, if I don't have you within so many feet of me, it kind of gets a little sketchy.
Well, I mean, I was thinking Discord right now, and Horace got a call and just walked off. We gotta go USA, and then I gotta come back with the first season, the first quarter of the first season of DBZ and for Icy to watch.
What do you mean the first quarter?
So, you know how in the little 3-season packs that it has, each one of the cases has 4 different CDs.
Okay,
a fourth of the
what
episode.
season are you on?
I just put in the first one because she likes DBZ. Cam doesn't like it, but I actually fucking love it.
See, and there's the funny part. Why the hell do people shit on like one of the first animes? DBZ, Sailor Moon, and Inuyasha all came out around the same time. I think Inuyasha came out a little bit after DBZ and Sailor Moon. But Sailor Moon and DBZ are the original 2, and then Inuyasha came out shortly after.
See, alright, you want to know why they get shit on compared to, like, Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece? Is because in the anime scene currently, One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto are considered the big 3.
But see,
they came out around the same time. They're all still fucking running, and
they all came out, and this is where a lot of the people who like or hate DBZ came into the scene, because it all came out on Toonami right after school when you kids were coming home. And those were the ones you watched. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, and I hate One Piece because I just don't like the storyline. It's stupid as shit. But that's me personally. But I mean...
Well, the reason DBZ isn't in the big 3 is because of how early it came out.
See, there's the issue. You can't say it's not in the big 3. It's the pre-big 3 because... It's not your generation's big 3 because it's my generation's big 3. The original animes. Inuyasha, Sailor Moon, and DBZ, Dragon Ball Z.
On par with the ones that they call the big 3, because it is.
It's what they were all... See, here's the funny part. The big 3, who is it? It's a fucking kid with blonde hair. Hey, look! Just like Goku, blonde hair. He just skipped the transformation stage. Bleach and Ichigo. What is he? He's another blonde-haired kid, stolen from DBZ. What was the other one? One Piece. Well, but see, with One Piece, they have special abilities. Yeah, so did everybody in Dragon Ball Z because they learned a type of martial arts, or for whatever the region was that they're from, and then because they became so awesome with it and learned how to become one with their physical and spiritual forms, now they can use their spiritual energy to shoot laser beams. But your spiritual energy also comes out in Naruto because it's your ki and your pressure points with, I can't remember the guy's name, who, yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I can see the chakra points?
Yeah.
That's what it's called, chakra.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just pressure points, and that's like basic,
Yeah.
or at least in my opinion, that should be basic medicine that doctors should learn. Because if not, they're a bunch of idiots. Because if you don't know pressure points, then how are you going to help somebody? Because obviously something's wrong with them because one of their, physical something or other is messing with their body or mental. And if you use the pressure points, it can release and let go of whatever's holding them back, or it can help them fix what's wrong with them. Like with me, if I change my diet too big, I get the runs. But if I do it for long enough, it doesn't give me the issue because I've literally cleaned out my body. So.
See, all I gotta do to get myself healthy and just clear everything out is just eat a couple lemons. Then I'll be good for a while. And you might hear my voice a little weird right now. That's because my throat's been fucked up all day.
Hey, you're good, my dude. Well, we got a new market here in Clearfield. It's you know that one that's right there on 700 in Maine that always changes its name?
Let's see, 700 in Maine. You're talking about the one that
was Kent's and a couple other stores.
Alright, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
It's Rancho Market now. And actually,
oh really?
Yeah, but see, the Rancho Market, because it's selling the Hispanic stuff and the Hispanic brand stuff, they don't do what some of the American stuff is. Because I bought cheese there a couple weeks back, and it's actual cheese. It's not the cheese, but we turned it into hard cheese from soft cheese. No, it's actually still soft cheese. It's real cheese, not that shit you buy at Walmart.
Is the Azteca still on Maine?
The what?
Down the street a little bit.
Which one? Say the name again.
The Azteca.
Oh, the other Hispanic store?
Yeah. So it's just down the street.
The one that's the one that was down the street near the laundromat has moved to the little strip mall next to the mosque on 250.
Oh, okay, so that one.
Yeah,
I saw that one open up, but I thought the Azteca was still there, right behind the tire shop.
No. It's still there, but all they do is sell beer. It's literally a Mexican liquor joint.
Okay.
It's a Hispanic liquor joint. But somebody got smart and turned that market, because Kent and everything else has died there, into a Hispanic store. And I'm sorry, it is more busy now because they're selling real cheese and good meat. They still sell milk and some of the other stuff, but it's the Hispanic stuff, like actually from the plants in Mexico, not the ones that are the main brand plants. It's the ones that actually sell you real food. So it is real food. Because I got Kobe Jack and cheddar, sharp cheddar. Nikki had the sharp cheddar and the Kobe Jack, and she's like, oh, this is 10 times better than that crap we buy at Walmart. Yeah, we're still going. He's got us on his...
I'm making sure I can hear Nephi.
Alright, talk to us, Nephi. Thomas wants to hear you. No, he wants to hear you on the broadcast, so keep talking.
Keep talking? Alright. Let's see. I don't know what to talk about.
How'd you hurt your throat? Did you finally go fag?
What's going on, Thomas?
He's listening.
Okay, there we are.
Tell me a story about this week. Oh, okay, you heard him?
Yes.
Well, me and him were just...
My God,
shit.
Nephi, you are quiet as hell. Like, not like in the sense that your audio's quiet. You just start saying shit. There's so much blank space between where Tim's talking and where you're talking.
Yeah, no,
The delay is real.
it keeps cutting Tim off just completely if I try to say something.
That's why you have to find a flow within what he's saying. Like when I'm talking to him and him and I are talking, it's like a conversation. And when you're jumping in, it's a conversation. You have to like vibe and flow off each other, not just collide.
He's better in person than through the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I had to step out for a minute because of the fact that background stuff, family stuff is essentially what it is. So not to worry.
Do I
And
need to kill Cody yet?
no, in
Okay.
fact, he's not even at fault.
I don't care.
He's not even at fault.
Yeah, he is. He dragged my little sister out of this house because they fell in love, and then he does his stupid.
So when he
shit.
ends up here in the next, hour, play nice.
If I gotta kill him, I have a spot to bury him. Don't worry about it. I'll just eat his ass off the fucking goddamn 300. I don't care.
He reminds me of a different version of a younger you. Very loud mouth, very proud of himself and his knowledge base, and
He's very prideful in an
and talks a lot of
annoying way.
shit.
Well, no, I understand him talking crap, but I'm just like, yeah, but you're not even old enough. Shut up, your ball didn't even fucking drop that low, motherfucker.
I
But,
mean,
mean,
that's
that's
like 19 or 20.
point in case. You're 10 years younger than me. He's 20 years younger than me. That's like Russell looking at me and calling me a dumbass.
Mm.
It's the, you're 20 years younger than me.
Remember
I
how he
should just
talked
punch
about?
you in the fucking face and make you shut up.
Remember how we just talked about writing about 16-year-olds? And adults tend to be condescending towards 16-year-olds and tend to be condescending towards characters who are fictional and are 16. And they
I
tend to
can
be like,
give a crap.
yeah, I'm an adult and this character's stupid. And it's like, we know. That's why the plot is there. If they were smart, the plot wouldn't happen.
Well, that's like your aunt telling you to write it like it's a kid's story. But they're not kids, they're teenagers.
Right.
And I'm not a child. We've talked about this a
Nancy,
few times.
if you go on the Nightmare on Elm Street Wikia, Nancy in the story is 14. And then later on in the second, I think it was like second or third story, she's 15. She's in the background, she's
Second
mentioned.
story.
And then later on, she's suddenly 22 because they skip several years. But she starts out at 14.
Okay. 1, she's 14. 2, she's 15.
Yeah.
3, I don't think she's in it. And on 4
Not-
is when
Dream
she's
Warriors.
22.
Yeah, Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
That's when she's 22 years old. Yeah. So it starts
See,
out with a
random
14-year-old.
facts I remember for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, so it's like, so she's 22 in that story. So it's like, and what's funny is volume 1, 2, and 3 is going to be Peter and those guys at 14 to 17, and then volume 2 is going to be slightly older because they're, in fact, I'm thinking about making Peter 15 and Trinity and those guys 15 because maybe, I haven't
I'll
decided
be right
yet.
back.
All I have to do is just go in and go Control F and rewrite their ages.
No, it's not rewrite. It's, yay! The start of the 5th or 6th book. I am 21. Let's go get drunk, stupid.
But like, volume 1 could be 14, 15. But either way, Violus and Orion are 2 years older, so by proxy, that makes Orion 16 when the story starts. And that means that by the time we get to volume 3, Orion will be an adult because every single volume is going to be like a year apart from each other in terms of timeline. Because at some point in the story, it's like a year later, continuity-wise. And same with volume 3. So you're going to be having characters that are 14 to 17. And then after that, it gets more adult because of the fact that Orion at that point, when Peter turns 17, that means Orion's going to be 2 years older. So, you've got 2 years difference between Orion and Violus and then a few of the other characters. Like, you got different characters who are hanging out with each other. It draws from my reality from when I was in high school because I had friends who were seniors or juniors and I was a freshman or a sophomore. And so it wasn't that weird or out of nowhere. But like, volume 3 will have Peter being 17, I believe, is where I have it, is what I'm gonna do. And that means Orion will be 19. And so he'll be an adult. He'll be talking about taxes, talking about other stuff that adults can relate to. And then by the time you get to volume 4, 5, and 6, all of our characters will have essentially aged themselves up, and they'll all be older, which means that the topic and subject matter is going to be older.
No?
And yeah. So, this podcast episode has been appropriately crazy. And we're only an hour in.
And if I ran away? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Call him back.
Yeah.
String him back into it.
Well, we're good.
He was a guest for the first hour.
There you go.
But
yeah, no, I don't. What the fuck?
I will read. Should I read out a part of the story now, or should I read it out later?
Let's see where we at.
54 minutes in.
Go for it. You got on your tangent, I ran off. He's like, alright, he's just gonna keep talking. You know, kind of like I do. But, my brother. I love him to
Which
death.
one?
I said my brother. I have one brother. I have the rest of you fucking add-ons. But you're a good add-on, you're not a bad one. So's your brother. Ran into his goofy ass while I was at Walmart earlier, did he?
Yeah?
Yeah. I was going through an in-between section from an aisle and an in-between over into the workout health, you know, supplement area.
Yeah.
And I stopped. He said, what'd you stop for? I'm like, people, just run them over. I'm not just going to run them over. And the lady said, some people deserve it. I'm like, well, that's fine, but I don't know those people, so I don't know if they deserve it.
Can you hear me?
Yes. My sleeve was kind of broke.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, I was just like, for a couple of months for the.
So can you hear him on the YouTube broadcast with that?
I should be able to if he's there.
Alright.
Because with my phone, he was not being able to hear us fully over there.
Yeah.
So I just put my phone closer.
Yeah, it kept just cutting out. So I was just like, and then it just ended the call. So I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. I went pissed. That was your fault.
Yeah, I was talking about. Nah, that's not the first time I've ever read that one. I was talking about volumes 1 through 3 and how I'm going to be making all the characters adults by the time we get to volumes 4 through 6. Because, as I said before, I'm going to be breaking them up into little novellas, and so each character is going to get, for the very first volume, they're all going to get their own novella. But then by the time we get to volume 2, that's when they're going to start sharing novellas. And you're going to get like 2 narrators per novella, unless I end up feeling like stuffing a third one in there. But usually it's going to be probably 2, because that way I can break them up and then give more time for not only the reader to get to know the character, but also for the story to breathe. Because that's the thing I've been practicing with Night Terror Rising, is I've been practicing letting the story breathe, letting it take its own shape, not just doing fighty every 5 seconds. Like, for instance, the first like several chapters is us building up to something.
I love him. I don't want to tell him I love him because they're fucking teenagers. Goo goo gaga, and then
Goo goo gaga.
Well, that's teenager love. I'm sorry. Puppy love, teenager love.
Isn't it Goo goo gaga?
Yeah, it's baby love. Shut the fuck up. You just suck him off and get on with your life. Well, no, because I mean, if you go into like looking about the young idiots of nowadays,
yeah,
you have these teeny boppers who are 18, 19, who are, look at me, come fuck me, shit, and it's like, wow, we've broken this generation. Oh wait, no, they have nothing to do with me. I didn't raise their generation. I raised your generation. Up to that fucking lunatic, and that's about where I stopped.
What's funny is Trinity, the character, isn't even about boyfriends. She's about surviving.
But see, she's the oddball, in my opinion. She's the, well, what I was. I was the oddball, the outsider in the insider group.
Yeah.
I was the one off the cuff, crazy son of a bitch that everybody thought would one day snap and kill them all, or just go, I could have killed you.
Yeah, she's an interesting teenager character because You would think with me writing some paranormal romance in there and some psychological horror and blending them together, you would think it would be an odd clash because of the fact that, paranormal romance is normally what you're talking about. Throw the person at each other, suck each other off, or heavily imply sucking each other off while dancing on the topic for chapters and chapters before you finally kiss.
I mean, it makes me think of the horror romance of teenagerness. Oh, look, fucking Twilight.
Yeah.
I love you. Look, we shouldn't be together because you could kill me, but I love you.
Yeah, this story is
It's
more
loving
like
a serial killer. It's like, what the fuck is broken with you? Either love each other or
there's
what if you killed the other one?
there's bonding moments. There is hanging out moments. And yes, there's some lovey-dovey qualities to it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with lovey-dovey.
But
You just gotta do it right, or it's just for me to throw up saying.
there's an interesting dynamic that formed in the story because
Which one?
Storm of Blood, the one I just finished, that's the novella.
The novella.
There was a weird dynamic that developed where Abraxan, as I described to you at the gym, sees Trinity as the new version of his wife, even though she doesn't want to be. And he sees her as that, so he's constantly courting her, playing mind games with her, trying to get her to finally bend to his will. And she is like, fuck off. And so in the story, the dynamic that formed was that there is like this weird love triangle developing between her, Abraxan, and Peter. Peter being one of the heroes. And
There's opposing hero.
Yeah, and Fearless Wonder. And then you got Abraxan, who's bad guy, or at least positioned as bad guy. And you have Trinity dead in the center. And Trinity is got the voice of her past life, Trinitas, and Trinitas is Abraxan's ex-wife. And
well, no, see, I always think stuff like that's funny. My wife was reborn. That makes me think of Mummy. Oh, you look just like the woman I was fucking and wanted to marry before they caught us.
Yeah.
And Mummy 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put her soul in your body, and the chick just accepted it. And my thought on that is like, fuck off.
It's like this.
You got your chance. You lived your life.
It's like this unwilling love triangle where, like, she doesn't want to be courted by Abraxan. He's still doing it anyway, and playing mind games.
Well, he's already in love with her.
And Peter is selfishly in love with her. And then you got Peter, who is interested in her, likes her a lot, cares about her, sees her as his best friend, but also, potential love interest. And then you got Trinity, who is wanting to know who she is. It's a who am I story.
Screw you, let me find myself first.
Right, exactly.
To the both of them.
Yes. Like she's...
With any love interest. But see, here's the thing, though. Braxton can't control himself.
Right.
He fell in love with his wife.
Right.
His life came back for round 2.
Yes.
But because he's a demon...
Yes.
It's against the rules for him to be reincarnated or take physical form unless he forcefully takes it.
Where she's a witch.
Yeah, but see, there's the thing. What? Nephi?
Of a store, standing outside the camper. Shit, they can hear you.
Camper?
Sorry, I'm watching Christmas Vacation, so I was trying.
The other crazy person joined us.
I'm trying to explain to Nephi why I keep yelling when we go down to the store why the shitter is full.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. But anyway, your story. No, I caught a snippet of something he said. That's what
I heard camper, and I'm like, is this another nickname for Cam?
No. I was like, what are we talking about? And then when she explained it, I'm like, oh, I've seen that movie. Okay.
Because, like, I write. People aren't.
Just figured she could join us.
You have a preview into how I write. You had the old version. Now there's this new version. They, however, have not gotten a preview into how I write.
Well, you give snippets here and there, so they have a slight idea.
Maybe from years and years ago. Nephi doesn't know the new version, doesn't know the new style, doesn't know the
No.
crazy
but anyway,
weirdness.
Back to the Braxton, because you
Okay.
said everybody likes him.
Okay.
The thing is-
No, it's crazy. Every time I read anything that has to do with him, I'm always like, by the way, he's a creep. He's a weirdo.
But see,
He's a...
there's the thing.
There's even a
You're
chapter
looking
that
at
says,
it-
he's a creep. he's a weirdo, and there's like a part when Orion's driving his car, and they're all in the car, and it's like this horror movie scene where they're driving along the road, and it's all misty and shit, and Trinity swears she can see ghosts outside, and the radio crackles inwards, and you hear, he's a creep. He's a weird. You hear the song on the radio, and it's like referencing the title of the story, but it's like it's a playing off a pun off the fact that what I think of Braxton. But
see,
people on Twitter love the guy.
Do you know why you're getting stuck?
What do you mean, stuck?
With your head. Why does everybody like him? Because here's the thing.
I love the fact they like him because that means I create a good villain.
I understand that, but the thing is, I always look at it. The villain doesn't know he's the villain. And even if everybody keeps telling him the villain, oh, you think I'm the bad guy. Wait till you see me actually do something bad. But see, the thing with the whole...
I even like the fact that you see yourself inside of him.
I see similarities where you've told me about a scene, or you tell me about this thing, and everybody loved it when you read it. I'm like, sounds like something I'd say. You sure you just didn't write me in? You just... No, you're the dude. You're the bad guy.
Dialogue pops in my head when I'm writing him, and I write the dialogue.
No, I pop into your head when you're writing the dialogue.
Whether that's my passive brain writing in pieces of things you said or not, I don't know.
But I mean, it's not that he's the creepy guy from his point of view, or just in general, because he's already fallen in love with her. So... But I already loved you, and you love me. You just don't remember. Let me show you why you love me. I'm going to kill all of these demons or these people trying to be bad to you. See, I killed them all. Now there's nobody to hurt you. Why the fuck are all these dead bodies around me? The fuck? That's what her brain is. His brain is, I love you, let me show you.
Right.
Because we've had 1,000 years in hell to be the perfect couple. But you, because you're a regular spirit, had to leave because you hit your timer for being reincarnated. And I got fucked in the deal. So let me make you fall in love with me by me doing everything I did for you the first time, even though technically you're a different person because you don't remember the past life. Does that make sense? It's kind of the...
I'm remembering the finale right now.
51st dates.
I'm remembering the finale right now.
51st dates. He is Adam Sandler's character.
I'm remembering the finale right now, and I'm remembering certain bits of that scene, and you're like reenacting some of it, and it's kind of weird and creepy and surreal at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Because I see the character full out. With the little bit you've described to me or told me the scene that you read to everybody that they loved, and I'm like, I see who he is as an entity.
I took a Freddy Krueger-like character, and I spun it in a weird whimsy-like way, and I made him an actual literal demon, and in charge of the living
took
dead.
the Freddy character. This is what everybody sees. This is what everybody knows about the character. Tim's a complete jackass, and he admits it. He knows he's a jackass. Okay, how can I upgrade this?
Bits and pieces of that, yeah.
Cam sent y'all a video.
Subconsciously. What?
I said Cam sent you a video, Tim.
Yeah, I know. I heard the bloom bloom.
Okay.
I will check it out later. Because we're in the middle of the broadcast. But
the thing I'm working on is Murdred. I'm working on that character too. And Minecraft. Like there was a character I told
the one
Amber
we were talking about, the Dark Merlin?
The Necromancer, yeah. I was telling Amber about
but see,
a bit of the character that I brought into the last chapter, the very last scene, in fact, of the story. And Amber was trying to guess who it was, and I'm like, nope. This is a character that came back from 7,000 drafts back, and their name is synonymous with peace, which is an ironic misnomer because they're anything but peaceful.
I don't see it as a misnomer because it's the thing. It's the what if Merlin didn't even the mythos even. Without the mythos on some of them where he's living backwards. It's the mythos of...
I almost put him in the finale, but I didn't.
He's the bad guy. Because he has the gift for the dark arts.
Yeah.
He was never good at the white magic.
Right.
He was always good at the black magic. Well, if that's what I'm good at, I'll still save the world. I'll just do it with evil.
Right.
That's the whole, me watching Daredevil. the first season. Oh! No, like in the second episode, he's like, oh no, I know I'm the bad guy, motherfucker. I'm gonna kill and burn you all to shit. Why? So I can build it up to make it a pretty and more beautiful place.
I told you would like Kingpin.
But
I called it.
But I also like the actor.
Yeah,
the actor who plays
Vincent
Kingpin,
D'Onofrio is
I
a
always
genius.
love his shit.
Yes.
He's a good actor, no matter what. But I mean, I like the way he plays the character, the emotion, the emphasis on certain things, and how at the end the Chinese chick and the money guy
Yes.
is she made you emotional. You're not contained. You're not who we agreed to do business with.
Yes.
You have a wife, right? Because you keep talking about your son. Were you like this when you first got with her? That's not the point. Yes, it is. And at the end, you know what falling in love with? Quit fighting it. Clunk. Cocksucker.
Yeah.
I mean, that was literally the whole goddamn scene, and I'm like, you got your just desserts. Don't stop me from being in love with the person I loved. I've already killed a few people for trying. You want to be next? Oh,
Yep.
wait, you admitted it. Bad fly. Oh, look, it's been a smear. Stupid. Keep moving.
Yep.
But I like the part of, we're going to contain him, we're going to blah, blah, blah. And then he gets out, and then he gets put back in jail, so I'm like, oh, you idiot, you have no idea. That's not even going to contain him. That's going to be fun watching him walk away from jail and laugh at you idiots. No, I already, because, I don't know, with the bad guys, I mean, you've heard me, like with
Yes.
Braxton, I see where in their head they're not the bad guy.
Yes.
But because they grew up in literally a shit stack, or they know the dark side,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's just how the world works, whether everybody sees it or not. So I'm just going to accept my role as the dark and the most evil of all evil, blow up or burn the whole place down and rebuild it to be fabulous and the best place on earth.
Yes.
Turn it into utopia, which is not even possible technically, because the utopia everybody wants, if they got it, they'd be bored shitless and try to break shit just to give me something to do.
Yes.
That's why I laugh at the ideal of utopia. Everybody gets equal. Yeah, well, if everybody gets equal, guess what? You're still making less than me because I'm a man. I lift heavy shit, or I do manly things.
Yeah.
Which means I make more money than you because I could die at my job. Shut up, quit complaining, get back to your bullshit.
Right. Well,
But that's my personal thing, too. It's like, why are you crying? Shut up, move on. Come on.
Everyone's doing bullshit together.
Okay, everything's burning. Either you're in the fire, or you're standing outside the fire like me going, oh, that's a pretty fire.
Yes.
I don't care.
Currently, right now, the last word of this story is fire.
Good. Fire. Black guy in a full body cloak. Pointed.
Yes.
With the marvelous black turning into gray hue. Salt, pepper, beard. Down to his belly button. And the only reason you can see it is because of the flame. But the hood's far enough forward that you can't see his face. All you see is the beard because it just hangs out of the hood. Like, no, when I put this on, I literally was doing stuff today, and then when I sat for a second and looked at myself in the mirror in the car, literally, I can't even contain my beard. It's just beard outside of my jacket. I'm like, jacket falls down. Beard! I'm like, okay, fuck it. I've just accepted it because I have the beard.
So I'm going to be writing an epilogue for the story, and I haven't decided whether it's going to be Angel Bear's point of view, which is a hellhound, or it's going to be somebody else. But
Well, who's the other else on the? Okay, you have one that's a definite. Who are the other ones that it could be? Because you could do 50-50.
right.
Epilogue from the hellhound point of view, and
Well, the prologue is going to be written in Ayla's point of view, the teacher.
okay,
So I thought about doing Angel Bear or a Hellcat.
or do both.
Have
Like,
Hellcat and the Hellhound talking?
Yeah, they're both entities from hell. So, you fucking dog, shut up, bitch. And shut up, you stupid fire cat, fire puss. And then they discuss what the next step is. But I gotta work with you. Shut up, I don't want to work with you either. But we got a job, so can we just like do it? Sort of thing. You know,
Yeah.
that's where my brain goes. I don't like you either, but shut up, we got a job to do.
Yeah, and the last word of the epilogue will be another defining word for the story. And the thing is that this is how much of a troll of a writer I am now. For those people out there who don't consider the epilogue part of the story, they will say fire's the last word. But then the people who consider the epilogue part of the story will say that the other word is the last word of the story. And I'll forever watch them fight about it online. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And it would likely be two completely different words that mean two different things. And people will be like, yeah, it was nice.
No, but I mean, you have fans like that. Like,
shit.
I know some people who don't read the prelogue.
Yes.
I just read the other book. What do I need the prelogue for? It's in between, asshole.
Yeah, literally it is. Like, between the timelines, you have Snake in the Dame, at least in terms of Volume 1. You have Snake in the Dame, which is going to be starting with Lionel as the prologue. You're going to end with the epilogue of Ares. And then prologue of the next book is Ayla, and it's going to be a lead into that story. And then from there, each prologue and epilogue will be transitional scenes to the next part.
Oh, yeah. But I always think that's part's funny. It's like when they started doing that with movies and putting the little bullshit scene for like a minute after like 2 minutes of freaking...
MCU is genius about it, though.
Well, no, I like the way they did, but I'm like, dude, that's like putting the little snippet to make sure you know there's another book coming at the end of a book. It's the same shit.
Yes.
So I just laughed at him like, everybody should have been doing this for years.
Yeah, everything I do in these books now is complete total device.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I do, whether it's a transition, whether it's, word choices, whether it's transitional scenes, whether it's, vehicle of words, like how the character says something, doesn't matter what it is.
No shitting in the damn broadcast. You gotta go to the bathroom for that.
I mean, we literally talk shit about random things, so if our mouths are emitting shitty words...
No, she said shit.
Yes, and she literally emits human shit into a toilet. What is the difference?
As long as it's not on broadcast?
That all day.
Not like I actually give a shit.
Just several days too.
What?
Yeah.
Well, Kat was saying she had shit all day. I told her it usually takes her several days too.
I just see something that gives you the runs. It'll come out.
On broadcast. Yes, that was an ass on your phone. What about it?
I hope you have an ass on your phone. Everybody should have at least one. Either there's a significant other or just one you like looking at because smile.
Well, look, Kat's scrolling through Instagram right now and she's staring at an ass on her phone. I'm just like, yes, that is an ass on your phone.
My ass looks like that ass. Fuck.
Now, to get an ass like that, you gotta walk 3 miles a day.
Yes.
That's what I keep telling her.
Not in this cold. Look at that.
If you want to be skinny with big tits and a nice ass, you gotta walk every day. Screw doing a workout.
I want the tits. I gotta get knocked up again.
You already have the tits. You just gotta tighten the skin. Really, it fits in my hand. So yes, you do.
I don't want this on a podcast. Thank you very much.
Too late. The world knows you have big tits.
This is how it works.
Too late. The world already knows you take
You
shit.
set it up because they was talking about shit.
I love the randomness just comes to birth on its own. One word. What?
Free concept material. So if someone takes a snippet off the podcast and puts it on TikTok and it's of Cam talking about taking a shit, y'all know where it's from.
No, that'll be the clip channel on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes, I mean YouTube Shorts.
I don't want to go viral on TikTok for talking about taking a shit.
Okay, then you'll go viral about saying you have small tits like all women do. Or bitching about having big tits.
That exact clip where she says, I don't want to go viral on TikTok for saying I don't take a shit, and that's what's going to go viral.
Well,
Honestly, if that's the one thing of this podcast that goes viral, that'd be funny as fuck.
6 seconds of a video clip, and it's like viewed like 1 million times.
no, then we call up Nephi. Okay, so, like, come get your, like, $200,000. Why? Because we just got paid $1 million. What your wife said and what we were making fun of her about on the podcast. You come down. Where's my money? Here you go. Here's your cut.
I get
Or I can
half
send
that
it to him digitally.
200,000, damn it.
Make him come down. We'll give it to him in a duffel bag, all once.
He complains about the gas for 5 minutes, then I hand him the cash. He's like, never mind. Forget I said anything. It's like, yeah, you shut
It's
the
in
fuck
the
up.
gym duffel bag.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your $200,000 and a $1 bill. The fuck? I know, we got 3 more bags for you. Why?
You just gotta remember, inconsecutive serial numbers.
What?
Well, duh.
I said you just gotta remember, inconsecutive serial numbers.
Well, no. That's for the first 150. The last 50 is consecutive, just to piss off the people at the bank and to confuse the fuck out of somebody who's actually paying attention. Because you can do it. You just gotta request it from the bank, and then like, hang on, let me go get the new stack of hundreds that came in. It's possible to do. You just need a big enough
Look at how
bank.
happy the cat is.
Or I'll just send it to you 1 week at a time and gold plates.
That'd be funny as shit.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. You get the mail. You're like, what the hell is this from Tim? Holy shit, why is it so heavy? You open it up. Cam!
It's like, shit, why is
Here's
this
a giant
heavy?
gold plate.
What was that?
I said it'd be shit, why is this heavy? Because most of the stuff I guess is just light.
But that's the point. Yes.
You want a bed?
Hey, there's not a single light in me.
Bed?
The light
Babe,
will
come here, I'll toss you on the bed.
I'll be right back.
Light.
I'm gonna crack a rib and pop out my shoulder.
I would not.
So who did what to who for how many Twinkies?
Oh look, Cam says she's not light. There's not a single light in her body. I said, come here, I'll show you how light you are. I'll throw you on the bed.
Hey, even the light in my brain is turned off.
No, none of that.
Attack.
Tama.
Oh, I'm sicking the cat on Cam now. She was glaring at me.
I found you, Thor's hammer.
Well, alright, Tim, it's a hammer that's full of tools with a hammer as the handle. Like a Thor's hammer and it's all full of tools and then the handle.
You can buy it at Walmart, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
No, that is not what I'm getting you.
See, she keeps acting like I'm trying to guess what she's getting me, but
You
I'm not.
See, we're thinking game-wise, and it's not game-wise.
Oh, that's the
So
only
you're
thing I
buying
can
him
think
a
of that I
string
said I
to tie
wanted.
you down?
Huh?
I said, so she's buying you a string to tie her down.
No,
Nah, not into that.
I already got handcuffs for that.
I'm gonna beat you with an inch of your life.
I will go downstairs and then come back up with them.
I love you, lunatics.
Throw the cat on your dick.
I'll throw the cat on your dick.
You won't claw me, she'll claw you.
Want to bet? Well, I'll give you the scratches again. Yeah, you like the scratches, huh? Alright,
Of course, it's a cat.
You lay down. What?
I said, of course, it's a cat. You just scratch its head and it goes, okay, I love you.
I'm the only one she'll let pet her stomach, though.
Oh, no, she'll let me pet it, and then she'll go into play mode, because that's what cats do.
She don't go into play mode with me. She goes, relax.
Am I wrong about that, Tim? If you go for a cat's stomach, they go into play mode, right?
Depends on the cat.
Fair enough. Oh, but Chica doesn't really have to no more, because she's getting old.
She doesn't do belly rubs. Well, most cats, I think it's me, because of my energy, they like the head rubs. Like, oh yeah, right behind my ear, just right there. I'm just gonna sit here now.
Well, earlier I was getting under her chin and her eyes rolled back.
You gotta get just right
You know
under
how
the chin
cats
though, but yeah, that too. But I mean, for me, I just go for the head. Because if I get the head, it usually hits whatever the little spot that they got that they want scratched, and they're like, I'm in heaven, thank you very much. But I mean, that's like dogs. If you pet them just right, they'll just, what'd you stop for? Keep going, I didn't say you could stop. But that's animals.
Sounds like we lost one. Where'd Thomas go?
Cody came.
Oh, is he taking him out back, showing him how deep the hole is he's got to throw him in?
No, they're Cody needs some sort like big brother energy, so he's going to Thomas.
Cody just needs to talk to someone, so he's talking to Thomas.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Okay, are him and Robin still dating, or are they taking a break?
I don't know, you'd have to talk to his ass.
Okay.
The movie ended.
Here.
What
not
movie
for
were
Willy
you?
Wonka.
You already said. Okay, then put
You
on a new
remember.
movie or go to bed. I mean, it's like 11 o'clock.
Oh,
I'm going to Big Bang Theory.
oh, play another movie. We're on a podcast. Talk about
Bang
movies
Theory.
on the podcast.
Big Bang Theory was a good series. I like all the memes, but I also like the way they ended it. The only complaint I've ever heard about them ending it was from all the actors except for the one that played Sheldon. Well, not all, but most of the actors except for the one that played Sheldon, because they wanted to do a couple more seasons, but he was done.
Yeah, but Sheldon didn't want to. He wanted to be done.
Hey, if you're the star of the show, I'm finished. I'm bored. I'm done with this shit. I want to go do something else with my life. You just gotta.
Yeah, but now he voices like a new show. It's based on his life when he was younger. Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
I mean, he like voices it, but he doesn't actually play in it.
Well, yeah, no, because he can still make money, but he doesn't have to act or be on screen. So, I mean, he quite literally stopped the Big Bang Theory because he was done with acting, and now he can just read the script, the little snippets he has, and still get paid.
Yeah, I actually seen a ad or something about him doing a Christmas movie.
Who?
The guy who plays Sheldon.
From Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Okay, do you know when the movie's coming out?
1 second.
Here's your charger. Her charger's trying to charge me, Tim.
Then plug it in.
Alright.
You won't have to
I
take it.
don't know what I just kicked off the bed, but something with
As long as it wasn't the kid, you're good.
The cat's over there and the kid's in bed in the other room.
Yeah, well, then you're covered.
Yep.
Whew. Oh, I might need to go get me one of those oxygen things.
Oxygen things.
The
mean the
ones they
bottle
sell at
oxygen?
Walgreens. It's a little spray bottle to like up your O2 level in your blood.
Okay, so yeah, exactly what I just said. The little oxygen bottle.
Yeah,
Bottle lock.
I like the.
Okay.
The only thing I think is weird is it's flavored. What do I need flavored? It's oxygen. It's O2. Shut up.
Right.
But I mean, certain things I don't believe need flavor. It's like water. It tastes like ass. Well, that means you're drinking ass water. You drink properly filtrated, or was it the distilled water that they sell at like most
Well,
stores?
let me see. God damn it. Alright, 1 second. So, the movie Cam was talking about is called
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler Alert.
Okay, I've heard of that one. I recognize the name.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took me a second to find it.
It's okay. Yeah, I've heard some good things about it. It's supposed to be decent. Yeah, that comes out. Is it this year, next year?
It says 2022, so I guess this year. But it might end up next year because I don't think it's out yet. Wait, Google it real quick.
December 8th.
So that's what, next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be Sunday next. Not Sunday.
Thursday.
That'd be Friday next week.
It's
That's release
Thursday.
date, December 2nd.
Oh, actually, according to Google, it comes out tomorrow.
Well, it depends on which thing you're saying. That one was a Salt Lake showing. Yeah, on the 2nd is the official release date. But no, it just showed me a couple of the showings at certain theaters. That's all that was.
Okay.
On the 8th, it's in the. It was the AMC or Cinemark, same thing. Or no, Cinemark in Salt Lake and in what was it? I just looked at it. I think it was Jordan. South Jordan or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it's South Jordan.
Yeah, at that Cinemark, Cinemaplex. But I mean, that's like what was it? DBZ Superhero. It came out on a Thursday, but I heard a whole bunch of people talking about it was supposed to come out on a Friday, but it was at AMC on Thursday, so I bought a ticket and just went and watched it. Really good movie. Not what everybody else was expecting for a Dragon Ball Super movie, but I mean, I enjoyed the shit out of it. Because it gave Gohan a new form, and the guy who originally created Dragon Ball said that with his new form, because of his like unlimited potential, he unlocked it, and it basically made him the strongest entity in the entire series, which means he's stronger than any God of Destruction or anybody else that they've shown so far in the series, which makes him super powerful because Vegeta just got a new form.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to come out on DVD because I wasn't able to go see it while I was in theaters.
I want to buy it on DVD, dude. I gotta buy it. And I talked to my kids and told them I want the Dragon Ball season. What am I at? I need 4 and 5 for Dragon Ball.
Well, it goes, okay, yeah, Dragon Ball.
Yeah, because my stupid wife bought up to season 3 to find out, to watch it to find out why I liked the series. And then all of a sudden, when all the bullshit went down, she's like, fuck animes. I don't want to watch animes. I don't want to look at your shit anymore. Cause dumb bitch said animes are stupid.
Cause she was getting really into it. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like she was getting into it, and then all of a sudden, no, all anime is just fucking stupid and retarded. It's just like, but why?
Because she let herself be brainwashed by somebody else.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny because she tried to claim I brainwashed her. I'm like, I didn't brainwash you. I show you stuff and say, do you like it? She's like, I don't know. And then while I'm watching a series like, oh, what was the last one I didn't even drag her into. I just started watching. Supernatural was one of them. And then she's like, you watch that so much, I think I like that series. I'm going to start watching it. And there was like one other that was, I think, an NBC or ABC show that I just started watching because I thought it sounded like a good series, and I got so into it and watched it so much, she started watching it. And then turn around 2 years later and tell me every show I've ever picked, even though she still watches them, is complete bullshit and they're all crap shows.
Yeah, no, that's all some bullshit. Well, I remember me and Cam just randomly decided we were just going to watch all the Supernatural before it ended.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah. I rewatched a few of the seasons. I haven't really watched any of the new series, the Winchesters, yet.
Oh, we haven't either. I do remember the last episode we went over to Amber and Thomas's house and watched it with them when it came out.
Yeah, I think me and Thomas cried. Or something to that extent. I know I did.
Shut up, App. Yeah, but they're only on episode 6.
Oh yeah, but the one video I had Camp send you because I figured
it didn't actually come through. It just gave me a website, and it won't load it through Messenger.
So okay, well, will you send me your TikTok so I can have her just send it to you on that?
It's like everything else, dude. Karnage 6778. Karnage with the K. That's where I'm at on.
Oh, yeah, we just have to put that in.
That's my social media handle on every social media thing. Karnage 6778, except for on my alts Facebook, which I actually have to go into and turn into a business account. And attach it to all my other social media shit.
Oh, okay, so there was something on it that looked like it was a slong, and it played a little bit, and it just was like a stuffed animal or some shit.
That happens.
Huh?
I think I gotta wait for him to accept the friend request.
Oh, Cam says she's gotta wait for you to accept it on.
You shouldn't.
Okay, never mind.
There shouldn't be any issues.
Alright, there you go. I just sent it to you.
I jump on top of that shit, dude. I'm actually super fast on that crap.
I know. It just might take you a second to realize that you accepted it.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Clinic, please hold.
No, I've seen that one before. different person. I saw the original. It's a good one.
Okay.
Dude, when I dive into social media, which isn't every day, but sometimes it is, I just dive and go look up shit that's either funny or something I can use for my own, like, shorts or my own social media. I just gotta start, like I've told everybody on the podcast, I just gotta start, like, just make my own I gotta start my own Facebook market page and start a shop and start doing, like, protein shakes or whatever the hell I want.
Well, if you're gonna do it, then do it.
I gotta get a couple things
Bring up some money.
finished first, but I'll be doing it within the next week or two.
Cool. Let's see. Did you see the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie when it came out?
Yeah, remember you bought it and brought it over to my house.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I bought myself a copy here like a couple months back. No, more like 4 months back.
Okay.
Because I had the first two and I just needed to get the third one, so I got it.
Well, yeah, and I remember back when Resurrection F came out, Risa wasn't being such a fucking cunt about him. She was like, yeah, no, we'll buy these ones and you go buy those ones. And
Yeah,
you
it
remember
was...
that, right?
Also, it was the glass one and the broken, and I can't remember the other one.
Well, there was Battle of Gods and then Resurrection F, and then after that she became a cunt about animes.
Yeah. Which I think is funny because, you know, getting brainwashed into believing somebody else's bullshit. It's like, nah, you need to look at yourself from a personal level and decide whether or not you actually believe what they're saying you should believe because it's true, or, you know, have your own brain and think for yourself. Because you know that it's me 100% of the time. Screw what you say. Let me look at it, and I'll make my own choice.
Well, I think the issue with Cam in anime is that she just hasn't found what she likes yet.
I don't know. Certain ones I like, certain ones I don't like. Like One Piece. I never understood it, and the characters just seem stupid to me because in my head it's a remake of Dragon Ball Z, but instead of looking for Dragon Balls, they're literally just trying to find a treasure that the main character, who has stretchy skin, basically Rubber Man, so that way he can be the king of all pirates. It's like, okay, so you took Goku and mixed him
They
with...
just changed it from striving to be a better martial artist to being striving to be the best pirate, basically.
Well, it's not even the best pirate. It's Goku was always trained to be the strongest. His thing is trained so I can kick everybody's ass and be the king. That's like some of the stuff I talk about. Do I want to be the ruler of the world? No. Do I think I do a good job? Yes. Do I think everybody's going to be pissed at me? Always. Because they're always mad or think the guy in charge is an idiot or a dumbass. And they'll talk shit as soon as he's out of office, or they talk shit while he's in office. Either way, that's like with president or governor or whatever the position is. They will always find a way to bitch or complain about you while you're in office or after you're out of office. So screw it. Let them talk their shit.
Right?
I don't know. I don't let nobody else's BS bother me. If something's in my way, either I work around it or I just freaking don't even acknowledge it until it disappears, you know?
Yeah.
Which doesn't always work, but you know, the third option is kill it, burn it, bury it in a hole.
Yep. Well, I mean, before Christmas last year and that break, me and my boss didn't really get along. After Christmas, he became not such an asshole, so I was like, alright, cool, I'm chill with you now. You know?
I don't know. I understand what you're saying, but either you like me or you don't. If you don't like me, okay, what the hell's your bullshit? Why don't you like me? Is it because your daddy was a hard ass like I am? Or is it just because of some other holdup that you let become your BS?
Oh, I think it was just because of how much stress he was under last year because of
Stupidities.
because of stupidity and bullshit from Chad and Vince.
It happens. Just par for the course.
Yep. Oh yeah, did I tell you that come the beginning of the year I get a promotion, right? Did I tell you about that?
You made some comment about it.
Yeah.
Because you hit so many, you're like every year, 6-month raise.
Because they know if they didn't give me it, I was gone. And they don't want me gone.
Of course not.
Simple as that.
You're a potter. You're a good worker.
Mine won't even get me a raise, and mine tells me that the floor is dirty when it's not.
Hey, yours are just pricks.
That's why you tell them, screw you, you pay me more or I quit and then you're SOL.
That's what I keep telling her. Get a better job. Get paid more.
Just go to a different restaurant. That's like the local one. If they can't pay you a decent wage, screw you, I'll go work for Wendy's down the street or whatever the other one is
Oh
that's
no,
down the road.
all the other restaurants are just 10 times worse, 10.
Yeah.
At least she knows the people she works with now.
Okay,
I
that's
refuse
just...
to work at Denny's because you have to turn in your tips or something, or you have to count your tips. And so if you're not, out there you only get paid $2 an hour or so to waitress. So if you don't make very much tips, you're kind of fucked.
Well, you'll still make more in tips than you make working there.
Yeah, but I get paid more there.
According to Anthony, his wife makes more than him. In one shift. A 4-hour shift.
Yeah, but there you have to claim your tips with your taxes. So you figure the more I make there, the less I get back in taxes.
That still looks better in taxes. Well, no, that shit looks better in taxes, trust me. Ain't that right, Tim?
Taxes aren't my forte.
All I know is I don't pay. Why don't ask me?
It depends on the percentage you have them take out. If you want to get more tax time, you have them take out more during the year. Percent-wise.
Oh, not only that, maybe you got how the solar tax credit is wrong. You search it up on YouTube so that you can get it explained to you. But no, that's basically why I'm not going to have to pay taxes for the next couple of years. Solar tax credit.
Well, I think that's
right around for this shit, man.
So solar tax credit's like getting an electric car, but
well, all right. So how the solar tax credit works is if you owe them taxes or however much you actually owe them taxes, instead of having to pay that, you don't. So that's gonna come back to me during taxes.
Whatever.
If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. But that's like me having to fill out sign all the paperwork I had to sign for me and Teresa to get enough money to have our heater and our air conditioner replaced today.
Oh, that happened today?
Yeah. She always does that sort of stuff when I'm not in the house. Not like I care. Okay, you're gonna do it when I'm not there, so that way I don't get stressed or ask the guy 101 questions, or sit there and watch him do it, because you think it irritates the guy, but I know if you actually pay attention or look at what they're doing, that doesn't irritate them because it also lets them know you're trying to pay attention so that way if anything blows up, you know how to fix it.
Well, 90% of the time, if you just watch them, every once in a while asking questions, it's not gonna piss them off. They're just like, okay, he just wants to learn, you know?
Depends on who you got installing it, but whatever.
Well, I mean, the only time that it's not just alright, he just wants to learn, is when they're already grumpy from bullshit during the day. Am I wrong?
No. But I mean, you know, that's the whole thing. I hate working with customers. They always bug me. They ask me questions. Then why aren't you working on the other side of the business where you ain't got to deal with customers?
Right.
Customers make more. Customer part makes me more money. But I mean, that's like Dad with his thing of not liking working with the customers, because that's how he's lost a couple jobs because the customers just bitch and complain. It's like, shut up. He like installed all your crap. Why are you crying? He did his job. Or like the dumb lady when he was working at DirecTV that bitch, he threw his 100-ounce soda at me. He had like 3 ounces of soda and tossed it underneath the work vehicle so that way it wouldn't make a mess and you didn't have to deal with it. Shut up, quit being a whiner. Grow the fuck up.
I remember when that happened. It wasn't even that. It was he took my parking spot. Bullshit.
Oh, no. That's not what got him fired. Because you can't claim a parking spot. What got him fired is because they told her, well, we can't fire him with that. Well, he threw a soda at me. I remember that because Russell talked about it Dad talked about it the whole weekend afterwards, or the whole Saturday when we went down to be judges at a barbecue comp.
Yeah, and the thing is, she wasn't even a customer for DirecTV.
No,
She's
see,
just some random bitch.
well, yeah, but the thing is, it was a DirecTV van, so she just dialed the number and gave them whatever number was on the back of the vehicle, because it's a company vehicle.
I remember there for a little bit, he ended up having to drive the van instead of a DirecTV van. And then he had a minivan from DirecTV, which was weird.
The stupidity of the stuff. But I mean, he's like you, he's like me, we're like him. We're hard workers. We don't stop until we make twice as much as the next employee and look like a more badass employee, so that way nobody questions our bullshit. That's like me always complaining, or anytime anybody brings up certain things about their jobs, I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? I was the graveyard shift guy at a gas station, UDF, in Ohio, and I filled the cooler up before 1 o'clock in the morning, or around 1 o'clock in the morning, because that's when you stop selling liquor. So I'd go back there, it would be 1 o'clock. By the time I got from the soda to the liquor, I fill up the liquor, and then I get out of the cooler because, hey, look, it's 1 o'clock, nobody's going to buy liquor. But the morning employees would like to bitch and cry that I didn't fill it up because I'm dealing with 100+ people going to work on the river in Cincinnati, the Ohio River, and had so many people coming in and getting coffee and buying soda for work that when the morning people got in, everybody but the manager whined, complained, and cried, "You didn't fill it up." Yeah, I did. I just don't go back there 2 or 3 times a night. There's one time a night I go back there and it's full. We have a buttload of customers coming in the morning, so don't complain to me. I'm too busy bringing people up and making more coffee.
Right?
Plus, they were always
And-
15 minutes to an hour late to work. Not coming in at 7 when they were supposed to. They were coming in at 7:15 to 8 o'clock. Tell me I'm not doing my job. You don't even show up on time. Plus, I got to clock in 15 minutes early because any of the middle shift crew wants to leave early. Bunch of fucking pussies.
Oh, and then I know my boss at work, he was trying to get me a promotion because there was all these goddamn promotions coming up, but his bosses were being fucking pricks about it. But then he was also trying to keep me on the team because he knows that he doesn't have anybody as good as me on the team.
Yeah, I always find the issue with being the newest guy and then the boss wanting to give you a promotion and then his boss says, you're not giving the newest guy the promotion. But he's the best worker, doesn't matter, he's the newest. It's like, well, that's kind of an asinine.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. It was, they would rather give the newer guy than me the promotion because he's not as good as me. Bullshit.
Well, you also got to
That
think
makes
about it
sense.
this way, Nephi. Some people are better also as supervisors than workers. Some of us are better as workers than supervisors. Me, I don't do well with certain people, so I'm actually better as a soup. Ugh. But nobody would give me that position because you haven't worked here long enough, was usually their excuse. So I'm like, oh, you won't give me the promotion because I haven't been here for 2 years. So, okay, I quit, fuck off. I'm not dealing with you. You know, treat me like shit and everybody else treat me like crap. Bye.
Oh, no, it doesn't. My boss doesn't treat me like shit. He basically just, alright, you're on this side. You're basically in charge of this side.
No, but that's what I always had to deal with. It was the stupidity of somebody else I had to deal with. And then, because I basically was so good at my job, I made them look better. I got screwed whenever promotion or... Well, I never got screwed on my raises. I always got my raises, and they were decent size. Because no matter how many people... how many of the other employees complained about me, the people who were actually the managers and the bosses saw how good a job I did.
Oh, the bosses love me.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like when I was working at United Dairy Farmers, UDF. Some of the people didn't like me, but yet within the first month to 2 months of working there, I knew how to clean out the ice cream machine, take it fully apart, put it back together, clean, mop, wash everything that needed to be actually washed, and like 150 other things. I knew how to do it all. So, but it was the people on other shifts that didn't like me because you don't do as much as we do. Dude, I work graveyard. You want to stay up all night? No, then shut up and let me do my job.
Oh, I mean, that's what was going on at Smith's. Like, I'd go in, open up in the morning, and they'd had times where we were supposed to go clear the lot. And the guys that came in at like 11, 12 would complain that I didn't touch the lot whatsoever before they got there, even though I cleared it right before they got there. We were just that fucking busy.
Yeah.
And there was no carts, and the...
Don't blame me because you got here 5 minutes after everybody else came in and used everything. Now it's back in the parking lot again. That's the same complaint of me filling up the cooler, but there's no drinks. I've rang up like 150, 200 people since 5 o'clock this morning, and you're coming in at 7:30, not 7. Shut up, this is your fault. You should have been here half an hour earlier.
Oh, and then some of the people were also getting irritated because they couldn't find me because I was out in the lot clearing the lot because nobody else could.
Yep. I remember we talked about that a lot. Especially when going to the gym. Yeah.
You remember me coming and hanging out with you after that happened and me telling you about it?
Yeah. That's usually when I picked you up and we ran off to the gym or just went off and goofed off.
Yep.
I'm just glad you got out of that second job before all that bullshit went down.
Okay. Who's the what now?
When you worked at the trailer place.
Yeah, which bullshit are you talking about going down?
After our uncle died and because of cancer and a whole bunch of employees started getting cancer because they changed or did whatever with the
Hello, guys.
the spray paint. They changed it or they didn't pay attention and didn't realize that it was all changed into a toxic formula or some shit.
Whoa. What I had assumed it was a maintenance issue where they hadn't gone in and changed the filters for so long, and so people started getting fucked up by that shit.
Yeah, which sounds like somebody didn't do their job, which means it's all your fault. You gotta pay everybody $1 million.
As I said, maintenance didn't do their job, so shit got fucked up.
But see, that also goes back to, okay, then we blame the supervisor for not doing his job and making sure they're doing their job. That's why I've never been fired from anywhere except for one place.
All my brain told me when you said somebody. I'm like, somebody once told me.
Shut up. But it's the stupidity of the workforce. Either it's a stupid supervisor who doesn't actually make sure you need to do your job, so a whole bunch of bullshit happens, or all the rest of your coworkers complaining about you, but yet your supervisor sees all the work you do and they tell them, shut up, quit complaining about them. They're doing more jobs than you are. I don't see how they're doing more jobs than I am. Dude, if I could give them a supervisor job or give them a bigger raise, I would. But corporate won't let me, so shut up.
Well, there was one guy that we had working with us. His name was Gio. Everybody but me hated him. I didn't have a problem with him. Right?
Because he's the hardest working and they're a bunch of bitches.
Well, he was like, how do you get everybody to get along with you? Well, they know if they fight with me, it's going to be shut the fuck up and do your job. Basically. And that's basically what Ed kept telling him about Gio. Is like, look, if he's telling you that something needs to be done, then just get it done. Don't bitch about him telling you to get it done. Because he was basically Ed's backup, you know?
Well,
which is kind of where I'm falling, is Ed's backup.
But see, there's the funny part, though. Who are usually the whiners? Who whines? The lazy fucks who don't want to actually work.
Oh no, the person that whined was the gay guy.
I'll tell him shut up and suck
around and other shit.
Eh.
I mean, everybody, people whine in general.
You want to hear what he did the last 2 months before he left?
No. He sounds like a dumbass. If you're a fag and you can't work in the damn department because everybody else is too damn butch and all you can do is smack your dick and tell it to go down, get a different job. You're not supposed to be here.
Well, he switched teams and ended up on the lift, right?
Sounds like an HR problem.
And then, like, September 11th, he shot himself in the leg with a nail. Then October 9th, he shot himself in the leg with a nail. He got kicked off the lift for like 2 weeks after that.
No, that's not get kicked off the lift. That's called you fired. Stupid fuck. Trying to get workers' comp out of me.
Lift. They didn't fire him.
I'd have canned his ass for attempting to get workers' comp.
Well, you know what everybody kept telling him? Just yank it out with a pair of fucking pliers and tape it up.
Right? Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch about it.
But I'm gay! Well, then grow your butch balls and do your job or get the fuck off out of our damn way and off the damn property. You know, my usual bullshit.
That's exactly what he did. He left. He went to Texas.
Oh.
Y'all are gonna get me canceled.
He's gonna get crushed. Dude, they can't cancel us. This is like Okay, I was preaching it before Andrew Tate did it. Cancel me, bitch. I'll be back in less than a month. They canceled his ass. They canceled his Hustlers University. They canceled a whole bunch of his stuff. Guess what? He's back. And guess what? Just different websites, so I'm still making millions.
I did advertise crazy, just so you know.
Well, I'm sorry. It's the name of the broadcast.
Yes.
Crazy Peas.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, you kind of full sold into it, jackass.
Just know I'm not the phobe.
Phobe?
Yes.
Okay, what do you mean?
The homophobe. It comes off as homophobic. That's all.
No, it doesn't.
To other people, yes.
Oh,
No.
no.
From
See, I
your
was adding
viewpoint.
that fact
See,
because
it's not homophobic because you know I'm not homophobic.
I know you're not.
They once I
But
started working there.
No, I mean, if you're gonna be a bitch, you quite literally are the bottom. Shut up, get out of the damn industry where tops work. If you're gonna be a bottom, go work with the rest of the bottoms. Quit being in a top-centric industry. That's like, I lift heavy weights, I'm a roofer, I'm da-da-da. Like construction and that sort of stuff. You're a top.
politically incorrect Tim or politically incorrect Karnage as we speak.
No. But I mean, that's like the whole feminist thing. You men make more money than us. Yes, the tops make more money because they pick careers that pay more money. That's what makes you a top.
Yeah.
It's a personality. I'm not saying that's who you are in the bedroom. I'm saying that's the personality type.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hard ass. Shut up. Like Nephi said, guy shot himself in the leg with a staple gun twice.
I don't know the story. All I know
Which
is
makes him a fucking lightweight pussy, and Nephi called him out for being a homo. So he's a gay bitch. And cries and whines. Where everybody else there, from what Nephi said, told him, use your pliers, pull the damn nail out, tape up the wound, we have shit to do, keep working. So quite literally, it's not homophobic, the guy is being a bitch. And he ran to the most butch place possible, Texas. That's why I say I feel sorry for the idiot. I'm sorry.
So
I became the jackass I am because I got picked on in Oklahoma. Amber, when she first moved out here, the picking on she got, she was like, you fuckers are acting like elementary school kids in Oklahoma. Oklahoma and Texas, same jackasses. Hard asses.
Oh,
Grow a pair
That's
or
fine.
get out of the way because you're going to get fucked and ran over. That's nothing against the guy being gay. It's just,
I'm just like sitting
if
over
it's
here
the
going,
bottom energy you're going to live and produce, then go be a bottom somewhere else because this is all
I
top
talked
energy
YouTube
people.
shorts about Cam talking about taking a shit earlier, and now suddenly we're on this topic.
No, you're going to call me a homophobe. That's one short. And then me saying I'm not a homophobe. Tops, bottoms shouldn't work in tops mentality industry. That's what they'll be cutting. See, he's a male chauvinistic pig.
Right.
No, I'm a male. I have a big dick. Don't call me a chauvinist, and don't call me what's the other N word?
I'm not saying it.
misogynist.
Thank you. I'm not one of those. I love everybody, and if you want to jump on this, give me a phone call. We'll set up an appointment. Other than that, shut up and don't be a bitch.
I don't know, like,
I'm extreme, but I'm always honest.
right, yes. I don't know, in a work environment, if you have someone who identifies a certain way, that shouldn't allow shaming.
Well, no, it's not shaming.
Oh no, we didn't shame him for it.
No, it's he kept whining and crying because he couldn't do the job. Well, if you ain't got the balls to man up, no offense, and do the job, shut the fuck up and get the hell out. Since you're gonna sit in the corner and cry, you got a boo-boo. While everybody else who gets a boo-boo possibly says, oh, fuck. Go back to work. That was my bitch.
So wait,
He's being a whiner and a crier while the same situation has happened to other people and they keep moving. They don't stop.
Okay, but Nephi, did you get promoted recently?
Yeah.
So you're the
Basically, I start the new job December 3rd when the plant opens up.
so you're being put in a place of leadership.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I just do my shit.
It's a slight promotion, not a full promotion. It's like a half promotion.
So it's like what I got, except for I don't get paid more.
Yeah, you got fucked. He's getting paid more.
Oh yeah, no, you got fucked, Thomas. Oh, but no, basically I go do different stuff than what I'm doing now.
Not fucked in the way you guys are talking about this guy.
now occasionally.
No, but see,
I don't
that's where
know.
I think you need to be a little bit more. No. You gave me a promotion. Where's my fucking 50-cent to $2 raise? What do you mean? You're moving me up the ladder. If you're gonna move me up the ladder, that means you move me up on the pay scale.
No, I'm going to be talking to Adam about
That
payment because it's a pilot program. So I'm going to pitch it
they're
to
moving
him
you up
as them paying more
because you're
on
trained
the
to
pilot
do more.
program,
Oh,
even
yeah.
if it's a 50-cent raise or a dollar raise.
Dollar
raise.
minimum.
That way, we're getting paid more to help out with the floor with dispatch because we're going to be taking. Because I'm also having to sacrifice half a day off just to get a half a day off because I have to work 10 days in a row. I have to work Monday through Friday, and technically lost a Monday for training for dispatch because the queue got too full, so we have to have you taking calls. So Monday I took calls. Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Thursday was all training days. Then Friday, I still train. Saturday and Sunday, I'm on the floor doing whatever, dispatch or call receive, whatever the fuck they want me to do. Then Monday through Wednesday, it's all calls and shit. Then Thursday and Friday, I finally get a day off. So I don't get a day off for 10 days.
Yeah.
So I have to sacrifice half a day off. So with that in mind, I'm like, well, so if I have to sacrifice half a day off, and I have to
my only thing is you better pay me overtime, motherfucker.
Yeah, you gritty
I
shit.
would be lighting somebody's asshole.
Basically, I'm going to be trying to pitch to them that if they pay us a little bit more for doing more work, then
they should.
It'll help motivate us to doing more better, and that way we can. Because what I'm seeing
not
with
more
dispatch,
better, it will help us properly perform our duties with an incentive.
Right. But what I'm saying though is that it'll help reinvigorate us to keep performing in light of upcoming stresses to our livelihood, on the fact that let's say we run into pitfalls. Let's say training is nice and cool and chill because it's training, and then suddenly the first 3 weeks of regular field work and everything, especially since it's the winter time, it's December, so therefore it's going to be a bitch. If it's going to be a bitch, they hopefully pay you more to deal with more, and therefore we'll be more invigorated instead of becoming just as desensitized as we were as call receive. That's just my thought on that. But as far as this coworker goes, my thought was that
But see, here's the thing. Don't fight for everybody else to get $1. Fight for you to get $2.
But Nephi,
and they have to fight for their own damn money.
if you were fighting and vying for this leadership role, what would you do as a leadership figure with this guy, with this person?
The guy who ran away?
Right.
Ooh, here's a good one.
Did you give him an alternate choice? Did you try and coach him?
After the second one, he got written up. But
did you try and coach him?
Hang on, give him a minute.
Well, I would have first had the nail gun inspected because I know the nails are shit, and the last one of each set of nails on one of the nail guns just fires off randomly. But I would have went and see what caused the issue, done the safety report. But I would have straight up told him just yank it out, slap a fucking Band-Aid on it.
Same thing as putting tape on it.
Right. But with
Yeah,
how you
basically.
handled the situation with this fellow coworker of yours,
He didn't handle it. He was just telling the story of what happened and what everybody else was also telling him. What they
Right.
all agreed on.
So what would you do in the scenario if you were handling it, though?
Oh, it's a soup.
Oh,
Yes.
as I said, I would have told him yank it out, put a band-aid on it, and we can do a report on it, because we got to do a report before we yank it out. Possibly make him go up to the fucking work med place, which is in, like, Orem. But they have to do a drug test on him, too. Like, the office people do a drug test after the incident report because
To make
He done
sure
got
you didn't hurt
hurt
yourself
because
because you're
stupid.
high. Or
So,
intoxicated.
here, let me give you some more background on the issue. I'm gonna go downstairs. Then you go upstairs. Give me a second. Walking
Yeah,
downstairs.
you're good. Yeah, because you walked in at the end of it, Thomas. So I understand where you're coming from.
Alright.
It just sounds like an HR problem to me.
He
It is.
wasn't nailing it into a knot in the wood, which caused the knot to explode and shoot off, and the nail to shoot off all fucking randomly, right?
Yeah.
And so he was standing on. So basically, what he was shooting was in front of him, and there was a block between where he got shot, where the nail hit him, and where the nail gun was aimed. Like, I don't see how he would have shot himself with the goddamn nail if he wasn't aiming it at his goddamn leg.
Like
But
I said, he
no, I
shot
went to nail
himself.
the board and it shot off and hit me in the leg. I'm just like, dog, I've had him shoot off and hit me in the leg and just bounce off. They don't ever get into my leg. Like, what the fuck did you actually do?
And that's
It's
where I
where-
went off about he's trying to get workers' comp.
Yeah, this is where I'm seeing it, because, like, one time he hit himself in the back of the shin when there's no logical way that could have just fucking happened with where he was shooting it.
Unless he did it on purpose.
So in a
And
sense, he
then the other
assaulted you.
time,
No, himself.
I could
Oh.
and if it just shot off because the wood was all fucking weird and because it hit him in the calf, in the front of his calf.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that one actually went pretty deep. That one I'd make him go to the hospital for because that one could have hit his bone, caused a fracture, you know?
Yeah. What about the situation with this coworker?
That's what I was talking about.
So the nail gun has to do with the coworker?
So, for the one where it hit him in the calf, the only way I could have seen that happening is if he was standing all fucking weird with his calf pointing towards the wood and him going down and fucking putting the nail gun down because you got to put it down all the way. And he would have have it aimed basically at the wood.
He didn't have
Where
his
he was
calf
sitting,
under
he
the
just
wood.
needs to aim it straight
Okay.
down.
Because it's what he just described. It's not gonna work this,
Yeah.
but you push it down so it engages, so that way
Yeah.
you can push the button and shoot in the nail. So the guy literally had to be stupid as hell
Yeah.
or did it on purpose. Like I was telling you before you walked in, before you heard the end of it.
Yeah. Very
The
brutal.
guy
yes.
literally was trying to go for workers' comp. You're fired. You're trying for workers' comp. I'm going to fire you for trying to falsify records and injure yourself on purpose on the job.
But
Get
yeah,
out of my
after
company.
The second
Go
one
the
where he
fuck
got himself
away.
in the shin, he got kicked off the list for 2 weeks because at that point he's a danger to himself and
Everybody around.
others
Yeah,
around him.
especially if
on
you're
a block
dealing with
bullshit, HR shit, you know.
hazardous materials like nail guns and shit. Because then that means that, if he did do it with a nail
You still
gun,
there?
what if he does it with machinery?
Yeah, we're still here.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear us just fine?
This is the stupid dog.
No.
Nephi?
Can you hear us now? Hang on.
You gonna call him back?
Can you hear us now?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay.
There was a hiccup in the internet then.
Discord decided to glitch out.
Yeah, no, I just started hearing, and I was confused.
Okay.
Like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, but see, I understand the whole thing of getting him off the line because he's in endangerment to other people, but I'm sorry, if you shoot yourself twice, you are fired because you're literally trying to make a case for workers' comp to try to screw me out of millions of dollars to pay you for injuring yourself on purpose. What, Nephi?
Well, I'm honestly surprised he didn't get suspended after the second time because it literally happened within a month of each other.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He should have been just yeeted out for trying to cause self-injury. It's like a guy shooting himself in the foot in the military. Okay, dishonorable discharge for trying to shoot yourself and get the government to pay you for being handicapped. Bye, stupid.
Well, and then the only other time I've ever seen somebody actually shoot themselves, like, through an article of clothing with the nail gun, Anthony had ended up trying to hit the wood, and it was before they fixed it so you could just hold the trigger down and go tap tap. He accidentally hit a knot, the nail went flying and shot him in the foot. Then he had to go to the ER, and they basically said, yeah, no, just put on new shoes and go back to work.
Well,
So he had to go back to work.
The funny part is with the nails, especially because it sounds like it's brad nails, which means they're thin. If you get yourself, oh shit, pull it out, cover up the wound, and keep going because most nail guns they won't go that deep into you anyways. It's only a few centimeters.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make it a gushing bleeder. If it's a gushing bleeder, you literally shot yourself because you're trying to make a giant mess.
Yep.
And close down the whole goddamn shop or the whole factory.
The only one that actually bled was Anthony's. But where Caden got himself, so these aren't just regular nails, aren't just the flat-sided nails. They got ribs.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's still a bread. It's just a rib
it's gonna rip a little bit while you pull it out.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
but still,
it's not gonna go in that far, so it's not gonna hurt extremely bad. And if you are not able to deal with that amount of pain, why are you working around any machine that could hurt you that bad? That'd be like
it's not even that. He was still walking around just fine with the fucking nails in his leg.
So, like I said, he's attempting to get workers' comp on purpose if he's just walking around like it ain't shit. He did it on purpose.
And then
fire his ass.
See, where Anthony had gotten himself in the foot, he was hanging his foot off the edge of the lift and driving the lift one-footed, which is dangerous as fuck.
No, that's just called stupid.
Well, no, it's dangerous because there's a clutch in between the gas and the brake.
Yeah, like I said, that's called stupid. Especially if your foot's hanging off of it.
No, it doesn't. It wasn't hanging off of it. It was hanging off to the side of the pedals.
Well, I mean, if you know how to drive any vehicle that has a shifter, then it ain't no nothing. But
he's used to driving with a stick shift, not a automatic.
Well, then he'd be perfectly fine on it, nothing to worry about. Something stupid happened because he got so. And here's the funny part. This is what I know from about workplace injuries. You get so comfortable with the equipment, even though it could kill you.
Yeah.
You do something stupid because you're so comfortable you're not doing 100% safety or whatever because, I've been here for 10 years. It's not going to kill me. Hey, look, that's the day you shot yourself in the head and dead.
Yeah.
Because you're a dumbass and not paying attention. You know, that's my thought process.
Nail guns. I don't know how. I'm not completely sure how he ended up doing it, but he
shot the nail into the board. It bounced off and hit him in the chin. It didn't go through his chin. It just hit him in the chin, and he fucking threw the nail gun. I was like, Jesus Christ, you okay, Doc? Because that shit scared me, because I was just overpacking my life.
No. What I see with that, with him throwing it down, is he didn't expect it to bounce back, and where it hit him, it was the shock. You fucking gun. It's just an
that's
instant
exactly
reaction.
what it was. Because he also yelled fuck,
That's what I'm saying.
instant.
It's the instant reaction. That's like somebody hitting you, you're not expecting it. It's a sucker punch. So you cuss and have to express your energy without actually hurting anybody. So what did he do? He threw the gun, the nail gun, so that way he didn't do something stupid like...
Oh, I'm surprised the nail gun didn't fucking break with how hard he threw it. Because I was standing over on the post and I watched him throw that motherfucker. It hit the ground hard.
That's just luck. If you don't break something and as hard as you threw it, everybody around you's like, holy shit, did that break? That's just pure luck.
Yeah, no, I stayed back for a few seconds to let him relax.
Cool
Before
down.
someone walked up to him,
Yep.
Let him cool down.
Breathe, homie, breathe. Go have a cigarette. Come back in 5. It'll be alright.
Yep.
Yeah, it was literally one of those moments. But
Yep.
we were so busy he couldn't go and have a fucking cigarette, which sucked.
Yeah. That's when you just get pissed and it's like, fuck you, machine. Fine, I guess I'll go back.
Yeah, but as I said, I was over on the post line. I watched this shit happen. I was like, oh, fuck, that must have hurt.
Well, I mean, with that reaction, yeah, I would think so.
That would suck to have to work somewhere and then, like, out of nowhere, fucking someone's got nails sticking out of them, or you've got nails sticking out of you.
But see, there's the thing, though. In my mind, that's like part of the job. But, dude, you walk upstairs to the medical people. Don't cry once you get
there
to
was
the...
one guy that apparently shot himself in the dick with a nail. And he whipped it out and all, and they would not take a picture of it for the report.
Wait.
Look, here's the hole. It's right next to my pistol. Now I got an extra pistol. Take a picture for insurance.
Wait, is this at your current job? Someone got shot in the dick?
He shot himself in his
someone
car.
shot themselves in the dick with a nail. On accident.
God.
But no. See, there's the thing.
Talk about getting nailed.
Shit. But I mean, you keep talking about these people who shoot themselves on accident. Some of them, it's like, did you shoot yourself on accident or are you just an idiot? One.
Oh,
Two,
man, this one,
if it bounces off of a knot, my first question is, could you see it? Yeah, I could see the knot. Then why did you try to shoot through it? You should have been like, okay, not going to be able to do that one. It's a scrap piece of wood, or, shoot somewhere else. Pay attention.
Changing the pieces of wood on bundles after you move up to the scale, which is where you nail them, is a pain in the ass.
I understand this, Nephi, but the thing is, my brain says, I'm paying attention. Okay, I can't put the nail in right there. I need to move it over like an inch or two, and then I will nail the piece of wood. Shut up. You with your snickering, because we're talking about nailing shit.
I've only seen this. Katie did it both times at the beginning of the shift. Anthony did it a couple hours into the shift. Other than that,
You work with idiots who are prone to kill themselves. Let them kill themselves.
You're the one who talks about Dick getting crucified on the daily.
What?
The dick, the nail went right to the dick, and you talk on the daily about males, aka dicks, getting crucified on the internet. Now we're talking about Dick literally getting a nail stuck through it, which is similar to a crucifixion.
No.
Okay, I need to be quieter.
Well, how about we just let you go so that way you can like let your wife sleep and we'll talk later.
Well, I figured it was about time to end the podcast anyway.
We're getting there.
We're about
It's
a minute,
almost midnight.
like a minute and change from when he actually has to leave. So, I was going to read a scene out of the story, but I
Well-
guess what I'll do is I'll wait until after I have edited it a bit, so it's a bit more presentable.
Screw that. Just wait till next week.
That's what I'm saying. And I will read
Alright.
out a piece of the story next week, and we'll talk about Lord of the Rings next week.
Yeah, we got into random
Yeah,
tangents,
this has been
and
a
you had to
chaotic-
go help Goober.
I was helping a certain person with their emotions and stuff, but this has been Crazy Peas. As we've promised, lots of chaos. I'm TPAW,
Karnage.
and the guest being Nephi. Have a week! Same bat time, same bat channel, tpawsplayground.com. Woo!
Until we start our own channel here next week.